All right, we've talked about the chaos. We've talked about the key players and some of the most intense individual cases. But now let's look at how the Salem witch trials finally started to unravel. Because thankfully, even the wildest hysteria has to come to an end at some point. By late 1692, the sheer number of accusations was getting out of control. Jails were overflowing, and the court was running out of people to accuse without turning on each other. But here's the kicker. Doubt started creeping in when some of the accusations hit the high-profile people, folks with money, power, and influence. Suddenly, it wasn't just the beggars and the outcasts getting blamed. When the elite started getting dragged into the mess, people started to ask, wait, are we sure about this whole witch thing? One of the key turning points came when Governor William Phips, his own wife, was accused of witchcraft. It's funny how that works. When it hits home, suddenly everyone's rethinking their choices. Phips shut it down. He shut the court down that had been responsible for the trials. He also stopped the executions, but not before 20 people had already been put to death. And then Reverend Mather, one of the most influential ministers in the colony, stood up and said, "What should have been obvious from the start? It's better that 10 suspected witches escape than one innocent person be condemned." With that, the tide finally started to turn, and the trials began to lose steam. The trials didn't end overnight, though, and the damage was done. But the people of Salem were finally waking up from the nightmare, and the next time we'll dive into the aftermath of what happened to the survivors and how Salem tried to make things right, or at least pretended to.